Good evening. Good evening. I'm looking to go live on this one show. It's called the John Courage Show. But all they're talking about is like all kinds of kooky stuff. So let me go see.
I'm not making fun. I know some people believe it's flat. I'm just saying. Could you imagine the conversation these guys have? Hey, maybe they're ready today. I don't know, man. They still haven't figured out that pyramid thing. They think it's a monument. They still don't know that that will power their entire planet forever for free. Who knows what it can do? No one knows. No one even can tell you how.
1957. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2029. So 1957. Let me check this out. 1957. 2029 is the rooster. So this is 2029. That's funny. So funny. So funny.
Because no one knows. Let's see. My friend Lightning Masks, love that name, says most of us are telepathics here. Once we're aware, we become stronger and more focused. I like that. I can tell you're a person of deep thought, and I'm sure you meditate probably daily. Hugo says they knew about the third eye. Yes, that pineal gland, that third eye. You know, I don't know about you guys. I like to, there's a pyramid in the ocean. I've heard that too, MJ. The eye of Horus is the gland in our brain. You know what? I haven't heard that, but you're probably right. Wendy, how are you? My friend Wendy's in. I see all these familiar faces. This is about the time it starts getting good. Guys, if you're new to me and you enjoy the topics and you want to help out the channel, keep your money, just give us a follow. That's all I need. Follow, follow, follow. What that does is, as we grow the channel, we start reaching people in different countries, and the dialogue gets really cool. It gets really cool because we start talking to people overseas, and I'll ask them questions like, hey, you know, there's a lot of, remember when the whole drone thing was going on? Oh, by the way, we're going to talk a little bit about that, but when the whole drone thing was going on, I would ask our friends here in the line that are in other countries, and you'd be surprised how many of them say, I've never heard anything about that, because it's on our news. It's all over our news, getting us looking up. Meanwhile, I had someone on in Nigeria, said I heard nothing of this. I had someone on that was in Ethiopia. She said, heard nothing. I had someone in Croatia, Sweden, and Romania, all of which told me that's not on our news. So why is it on the news here? Now, I will say this, the UK was experiencing it, as was Canada, but I was surprised to see how many people in different countries said, I don't know what you're talking about. So is it national news or international news? I think it's just a national level for us to try to figure it out. You know what I mean? Ooh, I see the word Anunnaki. You got my attention. Janice says Anunnaki with the hieroglyphs depicted the pine cone, which was the pineal gland. You know, I remember reading something about that. What I know about the Anunnaki, most of what I know I read from Zachariah Sitchin's writing. I'm sure you know who that is, but I have to look that up. That's pretty interesting. Stoic says, true, I watch Al Jazeera and they didn't mention it. There you go. I have a good friend of mine who's Palestinian. He's from Jordan, and he flies back and forth all the time. That was when I tell you guys, hey, my best friend in the whole world happens to be Muslim. That's my best friend in the whole world. I've known him for 20 years, and we're going to be riding on motorcycles tomorrow night. This is my very good friend. But even though we have different beliefs as to, you know, religion and faith and all that, we do agree that there's an intelligent design. Neither of us think this is by accident. I think something way beyond my comprehension designed this, and that gives me hope. That gives me hope. Let's see some more of these. Yes, I'm very aware about the beings Anunnaki. That's an awesome subject. I was so intrigued, Janice, when I read that the Sumerians referred to the Anunnaki as giants that came down from the heavens in a tortoise shell, because it would make sense, right? They wouldn't have said a UFO. They wouldn't have said a flying saucer, because they didn't have saucers back then. I'm sure they had plates, but they didn't refer to them as saucers. We did that. It was something that they could relate to. Oh, they came down in a tortoise shell, which we would say is the shape of that craft, right? Just look at that little design I made you. That could, I mean, if I didn't know what a UFO or UAP was, I would probably say, yeah, you know, that's a tortoise shell. Could be a tortoise shell. Yes, they were very tall. You know what's interesting about that, you guys? And Janice may already know this. When you read the article, if you read most of the books, you'll see that.
Hey, how's it going? Okay, you know, I was waiting for someone to join me. I was listening to this talk show over here. I'm not sure if they're going to call me up. And what I was going over right now, there's a lot of things I'm going over. First, let me introduce myself. Call myself Mr. Tackpans. It's actually a turtle and a cat putting it together, but because I couldn't get the name, I had to switch from Snapcat to Mr. Tackpans. So what do? I analyze everything. If you can ask me a question, I'll analyze what it is. Now, you might not be, how can I say this? Oh my God, why am I so mixed up tonight? Anyways, who's here? What are we going to do tonight? I have no idea. I never know. I was going to start with a few zodiac signs, right? I was doing the Chinese zodiac, and in the Chinese zodiac, no matter what you do, here's the rat, the first one, and then here's the pig at the end. So if the rat starts with a 4, the pig's going to end with a 3. If the rat starts with a 7, the pig's going to end with a 9. If the rat starts with a 1, the pig will end with a 3. That's this basic association. This is the way it looks. Take a look. Right? What is the rat year? The rat year, right? The rat year, right? In the 12th year of the rat year. But when you get the next rat year, okay, it's going to be 2032. 2, 2, and 3 is 7. Then it's 2035. 2, 3, and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Here's your rat year, right? What are you following? What are we following? Numbers? This guy's not saying nothing to me, right? So I'm going to just start up my, just give me a second over here.
I know we would benefit from free energy. Who would not benefit from that? Now we're getting into the real questions. I really am not familiar.
Just give me a second. This guy's not, just give me a second here. Let's go live. I'm going live also on TikTok. I'm going to get a glass of water in the kitchen. If you don't want to waste your time here, I might spend 2 hours here, most likely not tonight. But if you don't want to waste your time, come up with some kind of question that you want to ask me, and I'm going to analyze it. And I'm going to tell you other realities or other similarities that go along with it and why. And also what I do in between all this, where I get all my information from. Where does all my information come from? Well, look, I found a pen. I got information. A calculator. Look, I have information. I got 9 areas to start as a basic. I got a point. I got a 0. I got an equal sign. Look how close they are together. We have to look at that relationship, right? Don't count that as number 11. Don't say 9 and day 10. 11, 12, or that would be 10, 11, 12. No. The bigger numbers are on the inside. 1 and 9, 10, 7 and 3, 10, 4 and 6, 10. We have a calculator. Here, look at that. Separation. Same separation. Therefore, I'm going to use the same numbers with these dots. Now we got a calculator and we have a dice cube. Okay. Now we're going to go. I'm going to get my water in the kitchen. I'm going to come back. You have a question, we'll speak about it. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I don't know if I can answer your question. You haven't asked it yet. Why are you asking me that? You know what? In order to start this tonight, before we start this tonight, let us do this. Give me a second over here. I'm going to be with you in 1 second. I'm just trying to set something up over here. Okay, cat's over there. Where is it? Okay, yes. Let's start it this way. Let's start with the singing bowl, right? Just one little tap of the singing bowl. Breathe. I have to send out that I'm going live and I'm very, very late.
Depuis des millénaires, on se demande ce qu'est la vie. N'est-ce pas ce que nous voulons?
Open up the gates. Open up the gates. Close your eyes. What do I do? What do I do? Does anybody know what I do? Let me look at the settings over here. Turn that backwards over here. Let me see this. Let me use a flare. Welcome. I'm a wannabe. I want to be that peace and love running around telling you that the good Lord is coming. The thing is, the good Lord is here. We were born into the house. You were born into the house. You do know that. We were born into the house. Why would I say we were born into the house? I analyze. I like to analyze. That's what I do. I like to analyze. And I like to enjoy myself when I analyze. When I say we were born into the house, I will explain my vision. Because it's only my vision. It's what I learned during my lifetime on this planet. My mother birthed me on that very, very famous, in the Utopia world, the famous 29th day in the Utopia world. Think with me, think on your own. Let your mind travel. What sounds crazy? something sounds crazy because you don't understand? Or can you explain to me the part that's crazy? What does the word crazy mean? Is it stupid? Am I making no sense? Am I telling you a long tale to a short story? I believe a few 100,000 years, or let's just go back 2,000 years. Can you spend a few hours to understand how the Lord left the transparency here? And I don't do this for the cross. I'm telling you, from this shoulder to this shoulder, from below and above. That's what I'm telling you. Watch out. This is finger number 2, and number 7, and number 12, and number 17, and number 4, and number 14, and number 9, and number 19. Between my fingers, if I only had one hand, this is 4 or 2. If I had 2 hands, two hands. If I have 2 hands, this can be 2. This can be 4. This can be 7. And this can be 9. If I add a foot into it, I'll be working off of 15. But we're in the E world, right? Why do we only have 10 fingers, but why are there only 9? Why are we always using 9? Why are we using 9? We live in star system in the E world, 10 system connect. 1 and 9, 10. But you cannot create 9 with using the 9. The 9 will only connect to the 0 to create itself. 1 and 9 is the only number, the only letter in the alphabet, the S letter, the 19th letter, that will reduce to the letter R. It'll have a double 9 reduction. 19, 1 plus 9 equals 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1. But I don't want to talk about that. Look at that. We're down to 1. Look at that. We have to keep this up here, right? These are my little birdies, the little birdies coming around, because we have 2 sides, right? An eye for each world. They keep telling us about it. I mean, it's transparent, you know that, right? So they tell us. They told us. I listened. I analyzed. They said left and right hemisphere. Left, right. 2 eyes. Each one gets a whole eye. Do I need a pair to see? I don't know. Do I need a pair to see? Now, the thing is, when they say the word pair, sometimes it means 2. But if it's in French, pair, well, it could be on a tree. But if it's in French, it means father. If it's father, it's a man. But in French, it's a homme, H-O-M-M-E. M-M-E, okay, are the initials for the woman, not for the man. It's funny that femme, woman, in French ends in M-M-E. Both words of woman and man in French, M-M-E ending, representing the female. In English, it's woman and man. There's no add-on for the man. So in the English, it's telling me one thing. In the French, it's telling me something else. M-A-N, right, is 28. Same cycle as the moon, same numeric value, right, as the word air, A-I-R, right? Don't forget that word air. Very important, because we were born from our birth, from the 9 birth into the connecting star. 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6. Need to understand that our completion of that is, just give me a second, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We have the, I just want to remember that we did the hand, right? Hand, foot, foot. But we do know when we get a foot, we can also get feet, F-E-E-T. With hand, all we add on is the S. Why did I change the word when I went to hands, but when I went to feet, I changed both the O's? Why? Why? Why do you think I analyze this? And I analyze that. This, that, you know, we can write that also. This and that. The only difference between the two, and what's ironic, is that the IS is 9 and 19 equals to 28. The AT, which is also noted to be location when you have the @ sign or the A commercial, is going to be 1 and 20 equaling to 21. Okay, now there's a whole story going on in this and that, and A and I. The one is a connection over here, right? Do we see that? I got this backwards over here, so there's something backwards. Hold on a second. I don't know why I'm backwards here. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Should I introduce what I do? Let me just stop. Okay, I'm not sure where Alexa came in to ask me what I'm doing. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. Let me look back. Okay, also there's another question. So I'm looking back on these questions, and I'm very sorry, and then I'm going to explain myself. I hope I will get to everybody, because I'm stopping and I'm continuing with going back all the way. I'm just asking, if you ask me a question, I want to be there to answer. That's why. Encourage your viewers. More likes can attract more viewers. Keep it up. Okay. Hard reset on my goon sesh boss. I have no idea what that is, so I did no time. Can I join your cult? Can you tell me what cult this is and why you would like to join? Do you have besides that, I think you could. Yes, you can join right at the top. You can join me at the top. Let's like this page. Let's learn why I act this way. Why do I act this way? If I'm analyzing something, why should I paint my face? Why did I paint my apartment? What do you think all this is? I've had 2 encounters minimum. I know by the living fact that when you're close to death, you see the white. This bright, these shutters that are opening up. Bright, you see a long corridor. How do I know? I was there. Would you like to have the video? I was in the ambulance. I was on my way there. And then I remembered I had to wake up, right? I had to open my eyes. But I was there and I was cracking jokes because, I don't know. But anyways, that was in 2017 in October. And you know when it's going to happen. So what was I talking about? I always get a little lost. Yes. Let me move this up and see the questions. Okay. Let me see the questions. Sorry, I'm 20. Stay humble, everything in moderation. Answer comes with responsibilities. Any hidden secrets in there? Stay humble. So we have the arc in the question. 10 to the power of 3. 10 to the power of 3. 10, your first 10 is going to be C. That is your alpha beta creation in M. The M is here, here, and here. I have to show you the artwork if you want to see it. Do I have it in this book? Let me see if where I can show you what I'm talking about. Oh, there's so many things that are happening. When I say analyze everything, I mean, I'm just going to give you something. You can say, oh, I've done that before, but I take everything and I match. I find out, like Mars reverse alphabet is Heinz, okay? And you know what's crazy? It's Heinz 57. So now I know MOON 13, 30, and 14 equals 57. So I know Heinz matches the moon. I also know in gematria, if you can count anything under 7, right, especially 5 and 7, you can connect it with 6. What does the chain link connect to 5 and 7? It's 6. 5 and 7 are odd numbers, and they can be made whole within themselves in the 10th house. When I say the 10th house, it's because it's going to be a double digit, right, in the 10th house. So what you end up having is, which number did I use? Wow, we have M is 1,000, 10 by 10 by 10. Now I have to recalibrate because I was thinking of two things at once. It's in the 10th house. Yes, when there's 2 digits, it comes into the house of 2 digits. If it's 1 digit, if it's 2 digits, if it's 3 digits, if it's 4 digits, right? If it's 4 digits, there's 9 in every single house, right? But it's only a 4 connect. It's only a 4 connect, a 9 and 1 connect, a 7 and 3 connect, a 6 and 4 connect, a 2 and 8 connect. But when you're connecting the 9th house, just give me a second. Just give me a second. I have to go back and see. I missed something. I was going to get you the division of something. And hold on a second. I don't like to lose myself. I feel a little foolish. I must feel like that all year long. Yes, I wanted to show you the M. Although this is an R for the 180-degree cross on 2 sides with the projector, although it looks like an A, which shows distance. Also to note, in the deck of cards professionally played, okay, and most cards, every time there's an A, they call it the ace card. The numeric value for ace is 1, 3, and 5. This, okay, is the R letter. It's the 18th letter. 5 and 3 are 8. 8 next to 1 is 18, the 18th letter. The I splits everything, but they're showing you the angle, and in the word angle, right, you can say 25%, you can say 1/4. What is the angle? What is the count of the angle? They call it the 90-degree angle. Therefore, 9 and 18 make the split. So the M runs in here. Okay, the M goes all the way up here. Then it runs over here, right to there. And then the M goes up over again, and it runs right through here. And now we connect the 3 worlds in the valley of creation. R and I. R and I. You don't get creation on the cube until this number shows up. This number is whole with itself. It's 1 and 8. Where do I get this information? From my trusted friend. Thank God. Thank God. We have to thank the Lord for separating everything and putting everything in its place. Made all opposites. We came here on the breath in the 10th month. 280 days less 3. Remember, it was 3 from the other side, right? 3 from the other side. So on the 277th day in the utopia world, what the utopia world is, it means everything's going to be perfect. I'm going to add something up or divide it. And if there's something missing, like 1 or 2, okay, I'm going to say, okay, there's always going to be in creation, since the base of creation is 3, and it has to have its reflection of 4. Therefore, we're never going to miss more than 4, never going to miss more than 3 or 2 or 1 or none. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all you're ever going to be off. Now, once you get the reflective state, this is on 6 sides, but every face runs like this. It's 9 per face, 6 sides. Thank you, Michelle. I didn't do that so good, you know. I got a bunch of better ones up there. But I didn't do it on my own. I'm a truck driver. I'm a truck driver, and I've been inquisitive to understand how the good Lord has everybody's IP address. Now that the computers are out here, I know how. And I know since we come into the R, and I have my IP address, my IPA, you see the divided worlds that I can now connect, but I come in under R in the A house. It's an AR, and it's H. The way you separate everything, it's H. But there's three H's, one that's here, one that's here, one that's here. And there's also three sixes. The R is the 18th letter. It becomes 666, 666, 666. But this one here connects here and here and itself. So it becomes 666. It's also the 18th letter. 1 and 8 equals to 9. We now have 99. Or 2 times 9. And that's a very important number. Number 29. Very important. In the Utopia world, it's extremely important in the Utopia world. Because I know what's happening on day 29, okay, if you never stop talking. If you keep on talking after, from day 28 to day 29, and you keep on talking and flapping those lips, I know 100% something's going to happen, and I have to remember what I'm going to say because I'm going to get myself a drink. I got a little bit of something in my throat. Just give me a minute. How are you? Are you okay? Come join me. Come join me. Come. I have to remember, it's not a race. This is only one. We put this in here, right in the center, right? But we don't put this here. This goes over here. There's a pole that goes through here, connected to two sides, changing between metric and imperial. Even with the zodiac signs, right? Are there 3 or are there 4, right? There's 3 zodiac signs, apparently, okay, that are on this side. 3 zodiac signs missing. They show up here, and then they show up here. And they show up here, and then they show up here. Here, here, and here, they show up. We always have a constant 9 that are showing up here. There are 3 zodiac signs that do not show up, okay? They're outside. The 88 constellations, there are only 66. When we move into and out of constellations, it's because they're on the other side of the split of the 180 degrees, of the 90-degree angle. When you go to sleep at night, do you lie down this way or do you stand up? Because if you stand up, you're over here. The lunar moon. This is what I've analyzed. This is what I've come up with after 20 years. So what I'm telling you is an exact science, okay, for its reality. Mars has 2 moons. There are 2 lands. 1 land here and 1 land here. Possibly there's a bridge that leads us to a 3rd land, but only by connecting the 2 lands can we get to the 3rd land and live in the I, or perhaps in Oz. 15 and 26 is Oz. Let me mark that down. Like the channel. Let's bring on some more. I'm looking for a pen here, but before I continue to talk, I was going to talk about number 29, right? So I still want to do that, but first, in here, I don't know what anybody else can see, but I do know what Alex Gray has painted. And I can see very, very vaguely what Alex Gray has painted in all his art. I can see even to more depth, except it's in and out to a new image quite frequently. And I can see it more very often when I go in the shower, when I put a little pressure over my eyes, when I put a little pressure over my eyes and I go between a live musical group, a small band, and I put pressure over my eyes, right? And a help of the gateway and a help to the gateway, right? Number 80 in French is 420. 88 is the seventh gate, and 88 returns to what is 1771 and back to 8888 again. 1 minute. You can't imagine. You can't imagine. I didn't want to come back. I didn't want to come back. I really didn't want to come back. The art was amazing. Inside this, in here. How do I do it? How does it happen? If I can paint what's inside there, oh my God. If I can paint what I see inside my head, now you can call me crazy, call me whatever you like, right? Anybody ever see this before we get to number 29, right? 11, 21, 29, right over here. 29, I think it's Waterworks, or I think it's Waterworks or Electric Company. Let me check that out. What is the 29th property in Monopoly? Wow, it won't show it to me. Okay, just give me a second. It's Waterworks. It takes 28 to get here. It takes 28 to get here from Go, right? Go is a representation, Go, right? Which also looks like a 9, which also looks like a 6. 7 and 6 in the spirit of 76. It also looks like the E letter. It's 5, 6, and 7, and inside is the J letter. And you notice the short arm. Let me show you, right? There's a short arm on it over here. And when you look at the letter J, more often than not, it has a short arm. Do you see the O, right? Do you see the, hold on a second, do you see the O? Do you see the O? Whoop, hold on a second, let me just lock this in. Oh no, let me just. And we're also going to check out how much it costs for that property. And when you have both properties, what the charge is. I analyze everything. Everything. And it's not a race. For those of you who have a question, I'm going to try to get to your question soon enough. Just give me a little bit of time. I can't do two things at once, and that's the way it is. And this is like It's like a tree with flowers and branches and in the ground and apples and fruits and everything's coming off the tree and it's breathing the air. And how does the tree grow? And oh my God, I thought I was just talking about a tree. In French, tree is like that. Also, you can say toi, which can also be like a king. So anyways, let me look back at what I just did. Okay, and okay. So we have go. Do you see go? Take a look at it. Sorry, let me hold it for both cameras, right? You see the go? Look here. It's a number 1. Look, it's 1 encompassed by the red. So is it 1 or is it 0, right? Because the 0 used to be round. When you look at a calculator and do that same design, you're going to pick up these numbers. You're going to pick up 6 numbers. But with the number 1, you're only going to pick up 1 row of numbers. So I'm just going to show you something with this camera down on the floor, right? I'm going to just show you this for 1 second down on the floor, right over there. So there's a lot that goes on, because what happens is you see the calculator, right, or this number set up. Hold on a second. This number set up. I just have to set this up. You see this number set up as 9. It ain't 9. That's the skeleton. That's only a skeleton. It ain't 9. That's just one set. We need the chain link. We need the next 9. And then we need the next 9, and then we need the next 9. We need 4 of them. Now, we also need 3 in a row for tic-tac-toe. I need 1 between 2 for 3 in a row. My reflection of this base is to show me, since these are the corners, there's my reflection. Here and here. 5 is missing and 6 is missing. 5 and 6, 11. 4 and 3, 7. 7 come 11 is the 3 and 4 and the 3rd planet, and the 4th planet is Earth and Mars. Noted that when we go to 3, after 3, do you see what happens to the dice? We have to mark down everything. I'm analyzing, I'm just telling you the story, so you might not get much. Ask me that analyzation. So I'm still going to get back to 29, and I'm going to get back to explain this cube. Of course, I've been here 20 years. This is what I do. If we want to bring the truth that the good Lord, there is a creator out there, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what cult you're in. Okay? Cult equaling to what my mind says as how you've been cultivated for what your beliefs are. You can believe anything you want. Belief, the 5th, or 5. Oh, look the way I changed the F for a V. Or how about in Spanish when I change it for a B? So I just want to finish with the monopoly here. And that waterworks. Let me go back and see what the cost is. What is the cost of waterworks? What is the cost of waterworks in Monopoly? Rent. Okay. Check it out. What is 13 here? What is 13 here is 29 over here. It costs $150. Now, if you want to look at this as O, O is the 15th letter. O is 1/4 of time, right? It's 1/4 of time. O is 1/4 time. It takes 3 of them, or 45, equaling to Fox 666. Remember, multiply by 3. We have to be able to bring things up and down. We have to bring the numbers up and down to see what happens with those numbers, right? Just so happens 13 and 15 are the letters M-O, like in mother. Mother equals 28, the cycle of the moon. Here it's number 29. When you hit that 29th day, this is going to happen 9 months in the womb. On the 10th month, you connect the star system of 9, 1 and 9, 10. 1 and 9, 10. Just hold on a second. Whoa, just give me a second. I'm having trouble with another camera. Just give me a second. Okay, yeah. So you have the 1 and 9, 10, the 3 and 7, 10, the 4 and 6, 10, the 8 and 2, 10. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 4 connecting 10s. Remember, 9 and 1, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, 8 and 2. We had 4 of them. I did not use the 5. I did not use the 5. So let me write this down. The life sentence. Okay, so I have to just stop for a second. I need to hold on, connect this star. I need to answer the questions. It's not going to be fair if I just keep talking, because I know how it is when I, try to get onto somebody else's page. So if I lose myself, I'm sorry about that. Yes, the question mark. Oh, hold on a second. It just jumped over. I was at 100. It just jumped over a bunch of stuff. If you said something to me, can you rewrite your question or your statement? Or hello, escape the archive hospital. Good news. I just escaped. Yes, okay. Very good for you. With archive hospital, with remarks like that, I don't think it's going to be proper. What do you think? Let me join in. Yeah, I'm not happy with that remark, so I'll explain to you the monopoly. Yeah, I just have to see how it is. It's basically the fleur-de-lis, right? It's the fleur-de-lis, but it's also an explanation to this. 2 separate houses. Here is the ace letter. Let me just draw that up. But I still have to get to I have to catch up before I can let anybody come on. I got to finish catching up. Otherwise, I won't be able to get my job done. So like that. And then the M, right? I'm not sure if we can do this M. I don't know why I'm rushing. I'm not going to rush. Whatever I get in, I get in. Whatever I don't get in, I don't get in. I have to see which way, right, I'm going to create this M. So here, what happens is you suck 2 pools over here, 2 different worlds over here, right? You end up with your 90 worlds. When we work in thirds, it's never really 0.333 because everything fits into 369. Everything is a part, and everything comes together to fit into what is 369, right? Everybody knows 369, right? Everybody knows 369, so I'm going to put that on the agenda to talk about that. Right? There's going to be association. So this is what it is. This 10 system. In the 10 system that I just showed you, right? 1 and 9, 2 and 7 and 3, 4 and 6, 2 and 8, is 1 and 8, 9, 2 and 7, 9. 4 and 5, 9. 6 and 3, 9. Look at that. We didn't even use the 9. What do we do? Put a dot there? And if you take a look. Roman numeral X1. Now, if you want to do number 11, I'm going to do number 11 on the bottom here. So on number 11, here is number 11. 3 and 8, 11. 2 and 9, 11. 6 and 5, 11. 4 and 7, 11. 365.47 days a year. It's 0.47 days a year. Yes, it is. 365.47. Now, people will come along and say, well, it's 0.25. You go 4 years, and then you add on a day. Where does the 22 come from? Well, you tell me where number 88 comes from. 88 keys on the piano. The word window is 88. 88022 around the Monopoly game is 88. Although you have 40 properties. Go to jail. You want to see go to jail? JV is just visiting, right? It's also Jack Valet, the French and the English way of saying the jack. The jack is a hook. The jack is a hook. We come in with a pirate eye. The spirit, and like pirate, and the numeric value for spirit is 91. And it's 13 by 7, 91. It's 13 by 28 for 364. You know what else is that? The 7 times 7 times 7 is 343, plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, 21, and 343, 364. 7 and 13, look up the Mayan stone, the calculating stone. It runs in 7 and 13 there. I don't know exactly what it is, but it runs exactly in those numbers. 13 or 1 and 3 is 4. That would be 7 and 4. We'll get to that later, right? We'll get to that later, 1, 3, and 7, but we're going to get to that later. I'm going to get a drink in the kitchen. I'm going to come back. I'm going to continue on. This is the Monopoly. I'm going to explain to you Waterworks, the 29th area. I'm going to tell you about that. Number 29, we're going to do that, and I'm going to explain to you the 22 as well, right? 22. And just give me a second. Oh, look at that. I had my water right next to me. Okay, so what do I do first? Let me. Well, we just jumped over a whole lot of stuff. Okay, hold on. Let me see where I am here. Yes, go in Monopoly. Just give me a minute. I want to catch up with what I'm talking about, and then I'll let somebody on. NATO, oh, that's a word. That's a funny word. That's a funny word. Spy versus spy. NATO. TO is 35. It's the heart of the cube. AT is 21. It is the totality of the dots on a cube. The 1 and 4 is the A and N. Number 15 can represent Saturn star. It represents the female electronic sun, the IT system. It's also a part of what is Great Britain. In the connection of this, where's that design again? In the connection of this design, N is going to take up one half, and then the other end will take up the other half. N and N is 14 and 14, 28, and that'll create the cycle of our lunar moon, working between the moons of Mars here and here, 2 moons of Mars and the lunar moon that's with us, right? So that's our A. Our T is going to be that connection between the two, right? The T is going to be that connection between the A. The O basically there's many things we can look at the O. It's the 15th letter. It holds our vibration within it, right? Let me see if I can fix this a little bit. The O holds our vibration within it. Since we only can count the 3 and the crossing star, right, goes through 5 3 times, 5, 10, 15, the 15th letter is O. In between 1 and 5 is 2, 3, 4. In between 1 and 5 is 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, the earth healing vibration. So now I want to get on to number 29, but wait, I want to see it. This hits the spot for the, okay, whoop, it just jumped, my whole thing jumped. Game. The word game, when a French person is given some letters, if you take away the letter G in game, or let's say you're playing Scrabble and you have G-A-M-E, in French, you can just put A-M-E, and that will be the word âme. It means soul. A-M-E, matter and energy, divided amongst the stars, 3, 6, and 9. Why don't we check out this math? You got a calculator? I'll give you something to add up. 1 through Tony, Cynthia Thunt said 1 through 26. So that's going to equal to 351. Or the letters A, C, and E, where 3 is in the middle of, where 5 is in the middle between 1 and 3. That's amazing. The bookends of 1 and 3, where 5 is in the middle. What does that mean? Well, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will equal to what is 3 and 2, equaling to 5, right? So we live in the BC world between A and D. All we need is A and B, right? But on the calculator, okay, we have to, A and B is all we need. A and B will create C. Now A and C will create D. Now C and B will create E, and that's the end, the 5 of them. The 5 of them. This cube over here, right? You see it? It's a 9 face. Once you use the first 4, 1, 2, 3 equals to 6. Plus 4 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. We started over. Here's our first formation. 4 here and 4 over here. That's what creates our 10 system. These two wings, they come together with the 5. You have 4 crossing over. 4 times 5 is 20. So you have 20, and you have the letter T. 4 times 5 is 20, and you have the letter T, and we need to understand the complete equation. 4 plus 5 equals to 9, the letter I. We now have number 29, what I call the IT system. On the 29th day, if you continue the sentence, right? You continue talking, you continue the sentence, you continue your book. What do you need to do to stop writing? When you stop, right? When you stop writing, and you stop because you put a period. And if you put that period's going to get number 28, right? But if you don't get that period, that's number 29 plus. Because you've missed the moon cycle, you are now on to the next cycle. Now, if this was a machine, right? This is all by machine, because I'm doing this by machine. It's not what happens in real life. It's what's happening right here. The analytics of all. So what happens is you stop writing. So you get the period on 28. Now when you stop, remember, when you stopped on 28, we're going to put 8, and we're going to put 20. When you stop, you get a stop. You have a stop sign, and the stop sign is going to be represented with the 8. The number to dog is 26, or God, or Queen, or Bear, or Game is number 26. So we are going to put Number 26 down, 2 and 6 equals to 8. 2 and 6 equals to 8 for dog. Well, what about the cats in the house? Well, I'll just put cat. Cat is number 24. Cat is 24. Dog is 26. Cat is number 6. Dog is number 8. The dividing gate, 2 times 4, 8. 2 plus 4, 6. This divides the gate. The hexagon and the octagon, the cat and the dog. Now, what do you know between the cat and the dog? You want me to show you something pretty cool? At least I think it's cool. You know, we have moving parts here. Remember, there's a lot of moving parts. And they're not always moving. But there's a lot of moving parts. What is moving in and out of position? Let me get a little water here. Okay, I have to look back. There were still questions. Okay, so Archive, you're still here, okay. Archive, you're still here. If I bring people up, it just give me a little bit of time. Well, you know what? For those of you who just jumped in here, I just want to show you something that's not really art, okay? They're math sequences, right? But not really anything a 10-year-old child can't do. Pretty simple, pretty simple. All you have to do is come up with the idea and you can do it. You don't have to be a mathematician to connect it. Just like you don't have to be an artist to do this. This is just the truth. This is your Monopoly game, and I know I jump around a lot, so here it goes. Over here, you have the waterworks. On the 29th day, on the 29th property, waterworks, because now you're pregnant. If you're not pregnant, if you're pregnant, right, you're still going. If you're going, you didn't stop. You didn't stop till you get to the end. The cat is the 6, and when you get to the end, it's 9 lives of the cat, right? So here's what happens. Here is an octagon. Inside of it is 1 square, right? Or an X, right? All these lines connected to 1 box, dividing everything up. We have 4 hexagons. 4 by 6, 24. 1 by 4, 28. 28 days to the cycle of the moon. And then 8 sides equals to 36 for the 360 degrees that we go all the way around. But when you come to the life, what you do is you take these 2 over here and you squeeze them together. And once you squeeze them together, we have moving parts. We squeeze them together and it then looks like this. But this and this are the same thing. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just shifted their position over. I just moved them. Now on here, we have 4 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 areas. 4 and 4. Here we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4, 3, 4, 3. Did I get that right? 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides. 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. 7 times 7 times 7 is 343. We're always moving in rotation of 343. That is the world that lives within itself. The pull is within it. It cannot be removed. How so? The difference between 4 and 3 is 1. The only place they can meet is at 0.5, which is half of something. Half of 1 equals to E5. 5 and 1. That's where the vibration flows. 4, 3, 2. 4 times 3 times 2 equals 24. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. We divide the gate with 6 and 8. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to show you all about 6. I'm going to show you all about 8. All the connections. Okay? That's what I do. I analyze and then I share it with you. I believe that if the world, if the people, if the individual, if one person can just see this for its truth and the story that it tells, and will you believe this mathematical story that will connect to the power of 6? Did you know the power of 6, right? Where did I write this down? Let me see if it's on the other page. The power of 6. Check it out. It's 999. It connects to the moon. It's your first base creation of 6 by 636, right? And look at that number over here. 1296. Do you know what that number is? Don't forget we're in the 10th house. 1 moon and 2 moons, right? We can only multiply by the 2 moons. Here is 1296. Does anybody know what that number is? This is the long Mayan cycle. This is the great year of 25,920. This is half of it. 6 and 9 is 15, plus 3 is 18. Our 8th power is all 81, 81, 81. It's part of memory. It represents Earth and Mars in Venus. You're 1, 2. If you go 2, 5, right? That's 5, 2, 2, 5 is Earth. 5, 1, 1, 5 is the quarter movement, okay, of the clock, 15 seconds. Numeric value for Mars is 51 to the high count, 15 to the low count. The numeric value for Earth is 5, 2 or 2, 5. Now, where does 1, 2 come in? It's 1, 2. They leave the game. They're at the heaven's gates. When you come here, the world is already here. Let me make you a professional human. We're going to give you the lunar moon with your life for communication. And at the same time, a couple of headphones for Mars. You come here as born on 6-1 and 5-2 through the gateway of 777, which is 4-3. You're 6 for the touchdown and your extra point, the lunar moon. The 5 into the E world for the 2 moons of Mars. You come here through the 7th gate. Wednesday is what will touch this, where there's 3 days to 1 day to 3 days for your 7, to where you'll have 5 days of the week and the 2 days connecting chain to the weekend, where you'll have 6 days to the Sabbath to the 1 day of rest. And all the way around this cube, it'll always have 14 dots and 22 voids. You remember I was going to speak about 22? 14 dots around, no matter which way I flip this, it's always 14. But it's 14 on base level, right? The first level. We have to work it. We work it. Now, I drill all the holes in this, but I want to finish off with number 29. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get this. I have to get more water in the kitchen. I'm going to come back. I'm going to get back to the questions. Sorry I haven't come on. And Mickey says, this hits all the spots for schizophrenia. Okay, so you're a doctor. You would know. Thank you very much. Everybody in the crowd here. Mickey says, this hits all the spots for schizophrenia. Avatar, gematria calculator. Mickey now, bro, is the leader. Okay, mathematics, all math checks out. ABC 1 through 26. Remember, 1, 3, and 5 is AC and E, right? So the soul is in the game of God. 6 is flipped into a 9. Well, when we come into birth, you see, the birth brings us into the portal of 6, but it's this area of 6. It's this area of 6. That's the 12. Then we enter the area through 9. We pick up, okay, within the heaven comes three zodiac signs, okay? And then it comes our 6 zodiac signs, and then 3 more zodiac signs, because what's already here now has to be mirrored because we arrived. So what was 3 as a lunar moon and the 2 moons of Mars? They're still here, but now we're here. So our 6 and those 3 and those 3 is 6. So now one of the, let me see if I have this over here. What happens is the center of the game is right over here, right? The center of the world is right over here. So we sit on 6 zodiac signs, but this is our side. That gets 9. 3 is over here. 3 is over here. We come in here and grab 6. But we live between all of these. We move. We constantly move. So there's always 3 zodiac signs that will always be out of our realm. But that all depends on which clock you're running and which moons you're running, right? Are you moving the third moons, right? Are you moving what is the O world, or are we in what is the T world, meaning 4 times or 3 times? When it's 3 times, it'll be hockey, it'll be on ice, and you will move 20 minutes at a time. It'll take 3 and 6 to run through your zodiac signs, right? You have 2 hours. Just like the 2-minute penalty, you need 2 hours to run through your signs. You have 12 signs to run through in a 24-hour day. Each sign takes up 2 hours, right? Here, we run by 15 minutes. We have a crisscross connect of 4 passing through the 5 o'clock area. Here, we have a crisscross of 3 passing through the 5 o'clock area. 3 and 4. The dog and the cat. The cat seems to be moving in thirds. And you know what's neat about, what I like about 3 is that if I'm touching, let's say this here, right? And you're touching that there, and I'm touching you, then we're all touching each other. So that's what I like about that 9, right? Let me get some water in the kitchen. I'm going to come back. Let me see. Yes, the birthday, the 16th of, hold on. It says I'm not moving my camera. I got to move the 16th of April, 1990. So you're Pisces, right? You'd be a Pisces, and you're 2.5 away from the core of Earth on the cube because you're number 16, right? 6 and 1. Okay, and it's a 9 and 7 16. It's not a 10 and 6 16, just to let you know. So you're at the birth gate, and you're born in 1919, so that's 19. So you're at the birth gate, okay, and at the same time you get, now I'm only telling you stories that come with it. What happens when you get number 19? You have 2 reductions of 9, so that's going to be Reish, right? It's supposed to be very lucky. It means you're on the crossing of Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube as a crossing, right? Right over here will be 2 colors on Rubik's Cube. It'll be 1 cube. Over here to the corners, it'll be 3 colors. You don't get any of those 3 colors. You're completely on the cross, born in 1990, right? You also get 99. When you get 19 and you get 99, 99 is a representation of 13. 99 is a representation of Jupiter. So will you get their characteristics? Also to note, you get a sky pass with number 13. What does that mean? The word sky equals 55. Pass equals 55. Why you get the sky pass? Because number 13, okay, the THIR equals 55, and the TEEN equals 44. It's area space. The TH, time heaven, only begins on the reverse of the cube, only begins in the reflection of creation, or we've been reduced down and divided up. 4 is a base of what and who we are as the horsepower, right? 5 and 6, remember I said 1 and 2 come out of the game, right, and is replaced by 5 and 6, 11. So can you say we've been replaced by the dragon and the snake? Or were we replaced by the goat and the horse? Sorry, is that the goat and the horse? Yes, the goat and the horse. When you do something forward, spiraling up, spiraling down. So we have to go 1 through 12 and then 12 through 1. And at the same time, just like we find the happy center and the balance, we also have to go to the center of the zodiac, and we're going to have to go to the snake and connect it to the horse. So in 6 years from now, we're going to be at the heart. Will we be able to make it over to the horse? Right? The horse is actually next year, but everything runs in cycles of 6, right? So what's going to happen is the dragon, okay, is going to run over to the pig, right? But once it makes it to the pig, it leaves the dragon realm. According to this cube with 6 sides, when I implement one side and plug in this microprocessor, right, I only have 4 and 1 side showing. So it's the same thing for the zodiac sign. We can go up to 5 signs, and then it becomes our reflective sign. When you come to 3, right, when you come to 3, we have to move this cube 180 degrees to get to 4, unless we skip 4 and we go to 5 and 6, because from 3, right, let me show you, 3 connects to 5 and 6, right? But if you take a look as it turns, right, where's the number 3? 3 connects to 5 and 6. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can do this. 3 connects to 2 and 6. And to 5 and 1. And to, hold on a second. I'm getting a little mixed up here myself. Where's number 3? Okay. Here is number 3. So we go 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 5, 3, 6. 3, 6. But never 3, 4. Because it's on the opposite side. It gets 2 movements from it. 5 and 6, okay, take over for 4. 4 is almost like 6 for one of the reasons, but it's not like 6 because we leave the 4th realm. We connect ourselves to the E world, okay, as man 6 with the singular moon that comes with it. Do you follow? I'm going to try and answer these questions. Hello, sounds good. How you doing? Deep purple eggplant, yes. November 30th, 1989. So before we get to that, I want to show you how this splits. When you split your face up, I have 2 eyes, both sides get 1. I have 2 ears, both sides get 1. But what do I do to my nose? It's 1 nose with 2 passages. Does that mean it's 1.5? Or is it 2.5? It's the Earth nose. This would be a 2.5 nose. This would be a 2 to 1 because they both get wholeness. But this nose doesn't get wholeness. It gets half. Half of something is 5. It's also noted in this world as 3. 5 and 3 have a comparison together. What is 3? 3 and 5. I can go 50% of time in a 50%, okay, of a minute is 30. 50%, 50% of 100 is 50. So when I look at 30 of 60, right, it's going to be half. So that's where the comparison comes 5 and 3. Also to note, when 1 and 2 come out of the game, the void is entered into the game. The 2 highest avoided, can I say void? No, the 2 highest void to dot areas on this cube, okay, we are going to have a 15. Between these 2 sides, I have a 15 void, right? 7 and 8. 7 here in the house of Venus, the money house, number 27. And 27 comes from the creation by putting 1 and 2 together, comes from here. How do I get that? There are 9 here. We're missing 6. 3 times 6. 3 plus 6. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 plus 6 equals to 9. Do you remember what I showed you 20 minutes ago? Let me see if I got that again. When we split the house apart. When we split the house apart. 18 and 9 living in the house of Beit. Aleph Beit. It's only Aleph Beit. When we get the Dalet, okay, when we get the Dalet Gimel, right? Gimel's a G. But in our language, we're using a C because it's A, B, C. They're not saying it the same way. They're talking like from a different world. Also to note, number 29, which we didn't finish on earlier, okay? Number 29 in the piano, the 29th key from R to L, right? Or from right to left. Let me go back and finish with this. 7 and 8, right? G and H. G and H equals to 15. And the 15th letter is O, but the sound is the letter F. And O is the 15th letter. 1 and 5 equals to 6. Are we following so far? Let me get back to and see what's going on. We got 1,300 likes. That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. Too many. Let me see what's going on here in the comments area. Let me see what's going on in the comment area over here. Yes, on. Yes, on. On is number 29, correct? It's also the first 4 numbers in pi is all basically ON. The word 8 in French is 29 and 29. Where else am I going to go with this? Yeah, I wanted to read this. You're waiting to join motherboard, black cats, 29 on. What does that mean for dummies? Hold on a second. Free range human. We lack 3 salts. What's your zodiac sign? What's your birthday? 16th of April. I think you're a Pisces. Sorry, did I say that? 16. Oh, yes. Oh my God. How did I do that? What did I do? Oh my God. I was looking at something else. Okay. Okay. Yes, absolutely. My error. Sorry about that. Whoa. I don't like that. Not happy about that. What language am I talking? I analyze games. I analyze everything. And then from the numbers, from my understanding, from the artwork, I explain what I found. So Sophia Christos, I think I did that. Too many inhalants, right? Whoop! It just jumped again while I looked at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, I'm just looking over this. Authentic Rising, thank you for the badge. Thank you for the heart. What's the meaning of life? I'm analyzing, and you're going to have to come up with that if you follow me long enough. If I can, one day I'm going to set up, I don't know, let's call it a sort of Excel that we can put all my numbers in with the equations that I create, that I use. The equations I use are from already existing equations. Everything I do already exists. Everything I do. Mona Lisa, you want to see, does anybody know the extension of Mona Lisa? Here's the Mona Lisa. Here's the analytics of the Mona Lisa. Limo. You see that? Mona Lisa. The S letter, when it's in a word, it means more than one. It has a double reduction in the alphabet. When we move the alphabet up to the 360 range, right, this one gets a double reduction. This one and this one move. The alphabet shifts. Now, I'm not sure if it shifts between 1 and 36, 1 and 37, 1 and 39. I'm not sure, okay? Maybe it's 1 and 40 because Monopoly. When I mean it shifts, the same thing as this, right? We only live in this part over here. That's our life, right? But we shift to here, and we shift all the way to here. So we use the entire plane, but we're in this area over here. And we end up with 3 zodiac signs that are never with us. There's 3 zodiac signs that are somehow on the outskirts. They're not in this realm, although we'll see them, right? But you won't know they're not in this area that we're in. These designs from Tetris, okay, are link-ups. They're link-ups, how the numbers link because the Wizard of Oz, right? We spoke about this. We're going to get back into this in a minute. I want to go back to number 29 that I started much earlier. Okay, I'm gonna be with everybody. You know, I just can't get everything done. You know, lit up the galaxy. Thank you very much. So, number 29. I want to get back to number 29. Let's update this. 29. Okay, leads to, we didn't stop on 28. What I do is utopia. I created an absolute reality, okay, in my game. And in my game, where I created the absolute reality, I look for information that comes from everything that I've ever seen in my life, or everything that you ever saw in your life. I can add it into my game in one way or another. I usually turn everything into a piece of art, okay? And when you have, I wanted to explain something that, let me see this. We have to understand this. When I connect my star system 10 up, my star base, I will have 4 lines, the plus sign and the multiplication sign. It'll be 8 lines altogether from the center. When you cross this center, here, I cross it 4 times. It's the E, it's the 5th letter. 4 times 5 equals to 20. It becomes T minus counting. Let's call it T20. Or 4 times 5. But I'm only going to use 3 of them. I'm not going to use the crossing 4 and 6. I must be awake. Here I'm going to use the crossing. I must be asleep. Here I must be asleep. But what else is going on? I'm connecting one area with the 9 area during my awakenings or my asleep. It says awake and asleep over here. So does it happen between the awake and asleep? The reason I say that is the eye, when you stand up, it is the eye, you're between the 2 worlds. When it's asleep, it's 180 degrees or number 18. You connect to the 2 worlds. You have your 30, 30, 30 or your 60 and 15 and 15, which is what the REM sleep is. When you get to the 90 minutes for your REM sleep, it's from getting up and going down into this world and entering into the 2 other moons, whether it's the lunar moon releasing itself and letting the Mars moons take over. Phobos and Demas. Let's say it's something to do with the USB transfer, right? Listen to the names and go over your computer lingo because everything's connected to the lingo. Hello, Miss Watkins. How are you? Those squares in the notebook look like Perici. Okay, that's the Monopoly board. Yeah, these comments keep going up and up and up. The forehead paint, it's the fleur-de-lis. It's the fleur-de-lis. Okay, just a quick rendition. If I can get somebody to do it, I'd have somebody else do it, right? Yes, I is 575. 575. I don't know which book this is in. I've got so many books open. Anyways, I'm not going to get the 575 right now, right? I'm going to get back to number 29. 3 times 29 equals to 87. You remember I said 7 and 8? 7 and 8. Sorry. 7 and 8. Over here, there's 1 dot. Call it this area. There are 8 around. There are 2 dots. 7 and 3 or 9 and 1. It rotates because you're awake and you're asleep. 3 times awake. Sorry, 2 times awake. 3 times awake and 1 time asleep. 2 times awake and 1 time asleep. Working with 1/3, 1/3, 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 equals 16 and 8. 16 is 1 and 6 is 7. We have 7 and 8. It's going to create 24. That will create the 24-hour day, dividing of the 7th gate between awake and asleep. Just before we get on to the 29, I'm going to explain that. 5 and 3, okay, center of the cube, 8. We reverse it, we have 4 and 2. If we go to 4 and 4 is 8, we reverse it, we have 3 and 3. 3 times 3, 9, our birth. 3 plus 3, 6, coming into the game. 6 life, connecting to the 10 star, sweet 16, right? But it's our 9 birth. 15 comes first. It's 9 and 6, 15. Then we come into the 10 star. When we come into the 10 star, we have achieved the lunar moon. We are now born. That's when we pick up the star, when we're born. And the last one is 1 and 5, 6. 2 and 6, 8. What's ironic about this is let's do the math. 2 times 6 equals 12. 2 plus 6 equals 8. 8 plus 12 equals 20. 2 plus 0 equals 2. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 5, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. They are perfect. Back to number 29. I call it the IT system because the 20th letter is T and the reverse is the I-9. When we have the 29th day of February, I like to call it the full cycle of 1460 plus 1 day, 1440 minutes in a day. 21 dots in the cube create 1461. There are 1461 in a complete cycle. Yes, there are multiple dimensions. Multiple dimensions. What happens on the 92nd day, what used to be the 91st day, but because of the leap year, April 1st, because of the leap year, right, February 29th, I like to say is the first day of the cycle. And I'm talking about the Gregorian cycle right now, okay? And I can take this and I can bring it to any other calendar, right? I can take this to any, whoop, sorry about that. Boy. Wow, I don't know what, okay, here. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, and I can take this to any calendar. It doesn't matter. So what happens? Should I just back this up and just say Valentine's Day? Valentine is 102, just to let you know. It's not a teen, it's a tine, right? It's not the E-E-N, it's the I-N-E. Valentine. So we have Valentine 102. It happens to be the 14th of February, and February is a 96. The numeric value for February is 96. It is your birth, and it is the day of your life. Without the moon connecting is your 6. When you connect your 6 to 1, it becomes 9 and 7. Now you come into the gateway moon, the lunar moon. So instead of it becomes 6 and 1, it becomes 5 and 2, it becomes 4 and 3. Because you're coming here in the half-life from Mars over into Saturn, where Saturn is 1.5 times 1.5 times 4 equaling to 6, or 1.25 times 4 equaling to 5. Understanding how the cycles, right? Like I said earlier, our base creation is 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Our reflection creation is 30 over here. So you play tennis, you get 6 and 9, 15, your birth into the house, and then you pick up the lunar moon and the moons of Mars, 7 and 8. This is your base creation. We become mirrored over here. We become 1.5 times when we jump to this side. It's these 4 and these 4. This equals 10, this equals 30. If you're a tennis player and you get 9 and 6, 15, and 7 and 8, 15, you get 30. You then get the other wing, which is 10. Then you have 40. To crisscross this star and connect the star system, you must pass through this area here. If you're connecting the full star, you pass through here 24 times, you get 20. You now enter what is called the sun energy. This is 20, the total becomes 60, crossing through this star. When we cross through each of these, it becomes 45. 45, 45, 45, 45. This one is 60. 15, 15, 15, and 15. The 3 crossings through here each give you 15. But this is a crossing of what I like to call is the Mars window crossing. It's not the Earth crossing. The Earth crossing looks a little bit different. And instead of going and searching for it, I'm going to finish off. I'm going to do the Earth crossing, but I just want to finish off with the number 29. So when you get to the, so let me do Valentine's. So Valentine's, what's ironic, it's on the 45th day of the year, okay, the word fox, 6 and 15 and 24, which is 666, okay, the first coming, 6, 6, and 6. This one and this one will equal to 21 to cube. All 3 will equal to 45, which might be explaining 1 through 9 equals to 45. The average is 5. There's 9. The average is 5. E-I-E-I-O. Everything around the 5. E-I-E-I-O. Welcome to the house. In between here is the 7th gate between 6 and 8. House, planet. Born into the E-world at the 7th gate. Right over here. Number 7. Fox 45. So now, Valentine's Day is on the 45th day. But if you take into recognition, right, that if we were running cycles and everything was starting on the 29th of February, February 14th would be coming into the last 15 days of the year. Is it 14 days or 15 days of the year? Making it the 337th day, right? So if you made it 337, hold on a second. No, wait a second. I was calculating off the alphabet. Let me calculate off the 366. Take away 15. Valentine's Day becomes electric company, Mars. Passage through the 1 and 3 is going to be connecting the moon. It's going to be connecting Saturn. How does it connect Saturn? 3 by 31. The 5 is inside of 1 and 3, means it's in the house of Venus. There are 4 houses of Venus. It becomes 420. In French, they say 480, 420, 4 times 20. The center between 1 and 3 is 2. The 5 dot, the 2 void. The reverse cube of the 5 dot is the 2 void. At the same time, this is going to say 351. If you add up all the letters of the alphabet, it'll equal to 351. 135 says ace. Now, I just drew this up pending on whether or not you're going to count the same day, Valentine's Day. There's 321 days to go, or 107 times 3 equals 321, 32 for the pig, 321. ABC reversed equals 6. 5, 3, and 1 equals 9 from this. This one over here is when February, okay, ends and re-begins that cycle. When you begin that cycle in February, or if you run it all the way to December. So April 1st becomes the 92nd day. It's no longer the 91st day. So I say April 2nd, it's April 1st, right? April 1st is also the 4th month and the 1st day. AD. 10-4 is communication. Now it's very complicated here. I'm hoping to be able to explain this. First of all, before I get into, yes, let me finish the 10-4. You can see that 1 goes inside 4. So this is still in basic form before it takes full form over here. The lunar moon enters the E world. The 10-4. 10-4, 10-4. Very important, these numbers. The bar mitzvah. 10-4. 10-4. It pays 9 to 5. Like I said, we are born into the E world. The payout is 9 to 5 on this. Another way to do it is with number 55 and 22. 22, by the way, is the word ape. 22, by the way, is around the circumference of this cube. Based on this calculator, there are 9. There's 9. 3, 3, 3, 3. Can I draw this up here? Let me draw this up. Let me draw this up. If you need to go to the bathroom, then go ahead. Give me a minute. First, we're going to show you the top side. 3, 6, 9, 12, right? Let me do it a little bit. I don't want to mix you up, right? Let me see. See the number two, let me start at number 1. 1 area, 2, 3, 4. There's 12 of them all the way around. Happy birthday, right? Happy birthday, 12 areas. There's 9 on every side. There's 9 on every side. So when I go ahead and present to you 3 and 4, that is 7. If there's 9 on every side and I show you 2 sides, that equals to 18. If there's 9 on every side and I show you 2 sides, that equals to 18. If I show you 2 opposite sides, here and here, or here and here, or here and here, it only spins 3 ways, right? It only spins 3 ways. Did you know apparently with 8 turns, 8 turns of Rubik's Cube, you complete Rubik's Cube, 8, 8, and 8. We have to understand how all the number patterns work. So, okay, so we did that. So now we established that when you go around here, you have 36. 4 times 9 is 36. But when you take these, remove all the dots you see, take away 3 from 36, you end up with how much? 33. Take away 6 is 27. Take away 4 is 23. Take away 1 is 22. There are 11 and 11 area spaces void, opposite on every single side. If you want to understand 11, 11, 11, if you want to understand how numbers come together from where they come from, you're at the right place. I do the analytics. I analyze everything. And let me move on. So what happens now? On April 1st, it is 10-4. It is noted to be communication. King is number 41. Also, it connects what is your A, B, C, D. April 1st, the 92nd day. Number 91 is when you add up 1 through 13, it equals to 91. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're still here, okay, 13 and 7 is the way the grindstone works of the Mayan calendar. 13, 1 and 3 equals to 4. 1 times 3 equals to 3. Now you have one of the crisscrossing connections connecting you 7 with 3 and 7 with 4. on here, right? When you connect the 3, 4, 3 and 4 connect over here, right? The only way to connect them is down to here and over to here. There is no connecting 3 with 4 here. Here we can connect the 3 with a 4. Here we cannot. I'm not going to give you all the analytics and stories because I haven't worked them all out yet. I'm just showing you how the numbers work, right? So now what this means is that the spirit of a single suit, that would be the 29 and the 40. And it starts with the S, right? The S is what connects 1 and 9, or 9, 11 together. The 9, 11 connection together. I'm going to show you. I got to show you. I'm going to see if I drew this up here. The 1 and 8, 9. The 2 and 7, 9. The 4 and 5, 9. The 3 and 6, 9. The 2 and 9, 11. The 3 and 8, 11. The 5 and 6, 11. The 4 and 7, 11. In this one over here, I did not use the 1. In this one over here, I did not use the 9. When you connect them together, when you connect the two systems together, right? You connect them together using that 5 area. When I put the gap in here, I now connected the 2 wings. If I want to connect 5, how do I connect the 2 wings? Right, with 4 and 4. Here are my 5 fingers. Here are my 5 fingers. How many fingers do I have? But after the connection, look what I got left, right? I don't know if I connect them like this. See that? 3 fingers and 3 fingers, because I used 2 and 2 to connect. I'm only left with 3. The other ones are used for the connection. You can look at it that way. So if I wanted to look at it this way, right? If I just wanted to put my thumbs together and say we're going to bridge it, I got 4 fingers, plus I lose 1 finger to the bridge. I spoke before, so when we go back to number 92, since we, on the 28th day, right, we didn't have our periods, we got to the 29th day, now we're pregnant. So we get over to April 1st, which is usually 10-4 communications. Now it's going to connect you to the letters 9 and 2. The numbers 9 and 2. I and B. So is it bisextile? Is it the French term for bisextile? Connecting into the B house. 2 and 9. You can use it as 20 and 9, or you can use it as 2 and 9. Now there's a relationship with 2 is going to equal to 58, is going to equal to 13. It's also going to equal to what is 44. It's going to divide the day and the night into periods of 20 minutes. Also, it's going to tell you that it's going to be 3 times 120 minutes for 360 instead of 4 times 90. 3 times 120 for 360 instead of 4 times 90 for 360. And note, if you're talking about 360, there's 4 times 360 to 1,440 minutes in a day. So what happens when we get to April 1st, the day of communication, instead of having the 91 spirit, we now have number 92. The IT system. The IT system in the sun. The number 4 and 1 that creates 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, right? In which what is 1 and 4? I just had it right here in my hand. I don't know how I lost it. Just give me a second here. A, B, C, D. We only need 1 wing to play with. We only play with the 10 wing. Your 6 and 9, your 9 and 6, 15. Your 7 and 8, 15. Those are the beginning of your tennis, right? Then you get to the 10, right? And then you pass through the E world. You end the game by winning the E world. 5555 is 20. 1020 is your location. Every time you do this, right, you're passing through that E-world. So here's how it goes. We have here ABC, the 60 seconds we live. Into the heavens we connect through creation, right? These two connect over here. Here's your A, here's your D. But I'm just going to make it short. B and C, and B and C. Here's D, here's BCD, here's ABC. BCD, ABC. Here's your 9 to your 6 life. You connect up with the lunar moon and the moons of Mars. Your 7 and your 8, you come into creation. You become the Yo 11 in the game of craps. You become the Yo 11. What you see 11 here is your crap 1 and 2. This here is going to show you 7 and 8, 15 to enter into Saturn square. So that 29th day, the 92nd day in February is going to complete, okay, is going to have a complete a set of cards, right? It's going to be the 92nd day. Also, if you take a look up cards, one of the decks of cards, it'll show you the ace with a lot of bees on it, and it'll show you a beehive in number 92. Also to note, what is 92 is also 62. What is 62 is also 65. When you come to a 92, you are also going to get the 6 and 5 that comes with it. 9 and 2, 11. 6 and 5, 11. The 6 flips upside down with the 9. The 2 flips upside down with the 5. This is what's going to happen. When this happens, the 273rd day of the year is the arrival week of conception. It's 3 times 91 equals to 273 plus 3 equals to a total of 276 plus the day of birth. Why these numbers? Why these numbers? Because I'm working with number 92, but I need to work with 91 to understand that the spirit is coming in with the lunar moon. So I need to add 1 more. It's coming in with the lunar moon. The lunar moon, you missed it, you're pregnant. You add on 3. 273, 91 is 1 through 13. In the deck of cards, 1 through 13, 1 through 13, 1 through 13 equals to 91. You times that by 3, you now have 3 suits, you have 273. Born onto the day of communication, it will be in a leap year. I might not add on 1, I might add on 2, right? For the 2 Mars moons or the singular moon to Earth, right? But what happens is it's normally, that day will be October 4th. We went from April 1st, 4-1, to on October 4th, 10-4. 10-4 is communication to communication from the first suit to the last suit, born in the last week, from the 273rd day to the 280th day, 28th day cycle to the moon, born on the 277th and 278th day, which is the gateway passage, and communication 10-4. And they also show it in this, and the payout is 9-5 in the game of craps, the 9 birth into the E-world. And you can pay $1 every time you bet $25. You can pay $1, and they'll give you 2-1 on your money. So instead of getting 9-5, you now get 2-1, right? So that's what happens with your birth cycle, the 29th day of February, what it creates on April 1st. Etc., etc. And we showed you the ABCD. We come into the 10-star system, and then we run all of this. 16 and 8, 24, 30. We run all this 30 in the 10-star system. Now I said I'm going to explain to you the Earth star, the way it goes. I'm going to give you a base for the Earth star. Just give me 1 second here. Just give me 1 second over here. On the bottom part, here's the Earthway. This one over here is going to be for Mars. When you make this connection, you only can make that connection using Windows. Over here, it's not the same thing. This one over here. What this is if you take a good look, right? You see the squares, all these squares? Once you go in between the square, you have to make the sine wave. You can't guess. You have to go from corner to corner. So the further back I would move this, if you can still see it, it'll start making a wave, right? But here you see it as points because I'm obligated, right? It's the heart line, and that is going to be a connection between 4 area spaces. I'm going to show you this. Then we're going to take a 3 or 4 minute break, and I'm going to get the questions, and maybe we'll invite. I mean, if you want to ask, I mean, I don't know if I have to ask. Does it say I have to ask? Oh, look, hold on. It says guest. Hold on a second. How do I do this? I didn't even know I can do this. It's not working. Let me see. Hold on a second. No, it won't let me invite a guest. In fact, nothing seems to be working. Just 1 second. Oh, yeah, okay. So, let me see. Okay, you want to come as a guest? Okay, we're gonna do this, and we'll see how long it lasts. But I want to just give me 1 second here. I need to set up my camera. It's not holding its weight. Just 1 second over here. Okay, how do I keep myself on the big screen? Like if I don't like this, I'm going to get rid of it. I don't know how it works. There's too many boxes up here. I don't like all those boxes. How do I fix that? Oh, I can hear you. Hold on. Let me put that on. Whoop, my other camera fell down. Hold on.
Yeah, it shows others can join.
Yeah, can others join? Let me see. Yes.
Yeah, it shows 7.
Okay, so listen. Okay, yeah. So if there's any funny stuff out here, so I don't think I have anything that can X you out. I don't know how it works. So before I get there, I had one design I wanted to do. Hold on a sec. I don't even remember what design it was. Just give me a second over here. What design was I doing? Oh my God, I don't remember. Oh yes, I remember. Yes. Okay. The design is here. Now I'm on a small camera. I need to fix this first. Oh boy, and everything disappeared. So I need to see if I can move these boxes around. Hold on a second. There's something wrong. Let me see the boxes here. Guest showdown, no. Live show, notice board. Talk of the town. No, I don't want any of this. There's too many boxes. How do I fix this? It's a little ridiculous. Let me see how you fix this. 1 second here. Oh, it shows me fun kit, and this is no good. Too many boxes. Too many boxes. Let me see. Enhance, no. Pause settings, mute, mirror, flip, live events, about me, comment, content disclosure. No, this is a little disgusting. But anyways, I'm going to finish with this and let somebody come on here and let me fix this camera that's up here. So you see this over here? When I'm going to create a Mars Connect, Let me see if I got this over here. So here is a Mars connect. The Earth connect is going to be over here. Here's the Earth connect. I'm using a 4-area space as a singular area space. Disregard it. Otherwise, I can draw a straight line down. Okay? You're only allowed, okay, regard each one as an individual area. Don't look at the lines in here. I'm not allowed to go straight down. So I have to go here, then I have to go here, then I have to go here. That's the heartbeat. Mars is connected over here. I'll explain to you why it's Mars. Well, I don't like that pencil. I need colored pencils, and I'll tell you one thing, I'm very difficult when it comes to colored pencils. Here's the basic singular link for Mars and Earth. Mars are going to be these X's, right? But look again, take a close look at the X. There's lines going through it already. When this one is on, this one is off. When this one is on, this one is off. When this one is on, this one is off. One is off, one is on. One is off, one is on. The Earth line goes this way, and then another one will go this way. I can run a straight line all the way through here and all the way through here. You'll lose it in transition. Things lost in transition. If you're talking, well, I'm sorry about the camera here. Maybe I'll put the camera up here. When we're looking at this cube, right, there's 6 sides, but one side is lost. You only get to use 5. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you're going to count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Windows 95, yes. Also, for Windows 10, A, B, C, D, we need 6 sides to the cube. A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 10. E, F equals 11. Window 10, window 11. Window is 88. The Monopoly board, right? The Monopoly board, okay, is 22 area squares. 22 area squares, 22 area squares, 22 area squares. When we get to Waterworks, right? Like I said, Waterworks, where the child is going to be born, you're going to have 22 and 22 is 44. Then you're going to have 4 is 48, 56, 60, 62, 64, 66, if I got that right. I think 66, I'm hoping to get that right, or is it 68? Let me look. 22, 22, let's say 22. So I have 60, let me see, 22, 22 is 44, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64. Yeah, go to jail is 68. House Planet, the divided gate, go to jail. So it's at 64, Zion Israel operator, the DC Mars House Waterworks. Okay, so we got that. So where else was I going with this? Hold on a second, I lost myself here. Yeah, okay, I designed that. I'm trying to figure out what I made. Okay, so we made that big design. We understood this. I'm going to go through, I'm going to try and figure out, let me look on my phone how I can fix this communication here. Yes, odd and even, except when it comes to number 1, it's not the same. Number 1, okay, number 1 is like this. Now we're talking in gematria, things are a little different. Still the 1 does the same thing, right? Because what it is we're born. Once we're born, what happens to the number 9? Well, it slips itself into now born and not birth. Now instead of using our mother, now we're breathing the air. We have the energy, the sun, the moon, and the moons of Mars. The sun is at the heart over here. Imagine all the circles. How can I do this? Let's look at this. I'm going to just draw something, okay? The solid is the pipes, stripes and pipes, solid and pancakes. We have to pin up on the fifth wheel to drive that 18-wheeler sun. I don't know if I like it this way. Hold on a second. Let me just continue drawing this. I don't know if this is what it is. More or less this. This is the battery that goes in the middle. See, this battery goes in the middle here, right here, that battery. And on the first realm, right, that's going to be Mercury. Then we're going to get the Venus. Then we're going to move out here. We're going to get the Earth. And then we're going to move out to Mars. Except this, there's 1, 2, 3 different levels. You don't know how they're intercepting between each other. You think what you see and what you hear going around the sun, what does that mean? Show me exactly how it is and prove it to me. But I know when I take a digital picture with my camera, I'm not getting the truth. I took a picture of the moon the other day. It gave me something else. I used 2 cameras. One that was a regular camera with a high focus lens, no digital, no new contraption. And the one I used off of that googly thing, right? And it turned all my picture into like digital. So it was all scrap. So let me see where I am. So we understood the 29th day. I need to fix these windows. Yes, that's what I was going to do. I'm going to accept somebody to come on once I fix this windows here. I don't want all these windows. How do I take off all the windows in my live on TikTok? No, it's not doing it. Let me see. Yes, sorry about that. I'm going to get to the messages, but I'm having problems right now with this window. How do I clear this? How do I clear the screen of TikTok and bring up one or 2 people? Okay, let me see this. Press down on the screen with 1 finger. Okay, that's not working. Okay, let me see. I have to remove. Okay, let me do this. Hold on. Sorry about that, Cynthia. Okay, I need to be able to fix this. Can't disconnect when there's no guess. Let me see this. Guess countdown. Guess countdown. Let's maybe we can do that. 5, 10. Hard luck. Guess showdown. No, I don't want that. I need to remove these boxes. Oh wow, that's okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. So now that I got that, now if you want to come in, I can accept you to come in. There we go. It took a while, eh? Now if you want to come in. Okay, I don't know why the microphone. How you doing, Archive?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I love your paintings.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. What would you like to know? You have any questions, thoughts? Hopefully you're not going to say anything. I hope you're over 18. No sexual talk. Hopefully not. Although everything is included in the words. I'm not sure if I'm ready for it, but...
I'm just admiring your work. I've just been here to listen to everything you've been saying.
Yeah, okay. No, I saw your what you said at the beginning. It was like a little like weirded me out, you know. I really don't invite too many people up. I usually like somebody to say, hey, I want to come up, and you're like one of the few. This came to me 20 years ago. I only painted this about 15 years ago.
Did you paint the entire room like all at once, or did it take you a long time?
Oh, no, it took me a couple of months to do. I'm just trying to see if I can turn my camera around and show you what it looks like with the reverse. Yeah, there it is. So that's the floor. This actually comes from off of a game. This is off of a game. You ever hear of roulette?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Well, this is from the roulette game, this design.
I can't tell, but you mean the colors?
The connecting of the diagram. Over here, this is going to be all the red in roulette. The 18 red roulette numbers. And then over here are going to be the black and the red connecting, or over here.
You mean like the black and red odds?
Yeah, odds and even. One here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This Y and this X, here's the center of the cube. The first 18 numbers and the second 18 numbers, Y and Y repeat, X and X repeat, this area repeat. It is complete. 3 rows. You need to have 3 rows to create this. Here are your strands for your DNA, your 12, 12, and 12 strands. But unless you complete this, you have to keep flip-flopping it in order to do this design.
Are those all connected together, or what are those?
Yeah, they're all connected together. They're all connected together, the red and the black. This over here is incomplete, because if you complete anything, you can't explain it. Instead of creating a straight line to connect, you put a circle or a square over it. And it only connects 4 of the dots. The square will connect 4 of the dots. The lines will connect 1 of the dots. The X will connect 5 of the dots. But remember, the X will create 5 of the dots. So I just set it up a little bit different, not to forget.
That looks nice.
Here's your 2 wings. Thank you. This is the 2 wings, right? The 6 and 9 wings. You have 4 areas here, 4 areas here. That's what the design is done for. This is the same thing, just set up a little bit different. This is because of what Canada is all about. Can you figure it out? This one over here.
I don't get it.
Okay, I'll explain it to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2. 8, 9, 1, and 2 go together, and then 365, 47 go together. 365.47 days a year. When they removed the penny from the market in Canada, you only can pay with 5 and 10 cents. So when you get to 8, 9, 1, 2, it's a 10 center. When you get to 3, 5, 6, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you pay 5 cents. So the nickel, the E-world runs here inside this 365. This one over. What's that?
You mean for rounding, like when you round the money up and down the penny?
Right. When you round the money off. There's other stories that go along with this, because this is only on the first dimension. I mean, I didn't get up to 21 cents and what happens with that, because there's another story going on. Everything needs to be multiplied by 3. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the base of everything. Here it's binary code. You ever hear of binary code?
Yes, I've heard of it.
So binary code is 1, 2, 4, 8. Sorry, 1, 2, 4, 8. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. It'll create a crisscross DNA connection. That's the way I interpret it. This is not proper. So I'm not going to describe that. So here's Great Britain. I mean, it's just a piece of art, right? But you will see later on in one of my videos that Great Britain and Mars and the moons are just like this, within its name. Our vibration stands and is held by that Kimmel bread inside of Mars. Mars is number 51. But anyways, we got a whole lot of stuff. This is one of my favorites. What's that?
You know anything about video games?
No. I know one of my nephews created one.
Is it popular?
Probably number 1 on the market, maybe, or number 5.
What is it?
Hold on a second. Let me just turn my camera around. Something Tower of Defense. All-Star Tower of Defense.
All-Star Tower of Defense?
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
On Roblox.
I was thinking you might, there's this called Balatro.
Never heard of it.
It's a poker game and it has planets in it, and it also relates to poker. And it has all the different planets in it as well.
What is it? Hold on a second. I want to write this down. I just want to see what book I'm going to put it in. Okay, what is? Say, can you spell it or something?
Yeah, it's B-A-L-A-T-R-O.
B-L-A.
B-A-L-A-T-R-O. Balatro.
I'm going to look it up.
I think you might like it if you like poker and stuff about planets as well.
I don't play any games. I just study them.
Well, maybe you might be able to study this one and tell me stuff about it.
I'll only study. I won't be studying now. I think I want to see if I got this right. B-A-L-T-R-O.
Yeah, close. It's B-A-L-A-T-R-O.
B-L-A-T-R-O. Okay. Yeah. So poker. So in poker, what happens is poker gives you a chance to use the ace at the beginning or the ace at the end. Therefore, you have to count the extremity of the game, and instead of it being 1 through 13, like you'll have in the regular deck, you're now going to go 1 through 14 because the ace is movable. It plays on both sides. The same thing the Zodiac does, equals to 105. That's going to say JE or I am, and that's going to explain the eWorld 10 system star that we're in. When I get to 105, what happens is this cube center is 3.5. When we do it 3 times, I get to 105. When I add 1 through 14, right, it equals to 105. It's supposed to represent the hand of God. So that is 105. And 105 is also an explanation of 3 numbers, so it's going to explain Earth. And like I mentioned before, why is Earth 33? All the voids on here are 33. Only the ring void is 22. Earth ends up with the pole. So if it's 22 for Mars, Mars will end up with the ring. The ring goes on the 4th finger for the marriage, the Mars marriage under the chuppah. It is the 9th finger. We come into this world. 1 and 8, the one spirit of the heavens surrounding this. We come into this, I like to maybe call it the sun cube or even the sun tank that we're in. We breathe that energy every single moment of the day. So I'm just trying to see where else. Yeah, so if you crisscross over one way, now I can crisscross over the other way, meaning I can use the rest of the alphabet. So now I'm never really going to count 1 through 14, but I have that understanding. So now I'm going to go 1 through 13 equals 91, and now I'm going to go 2 through 14 equals to 104. And then it's going to tell you 10-4, and your communication is going to come over here. When you work with the 1, you're working with the 1 lunar moon. Over here, you're working with both of them, right? But you're only going to either work with this one and this one. They work separately within the spirit of communication. This will be a 4. This will be a 5. Actually, it'll be a 4 and 3. The other one will be a 4 and a 5. What is 7 and 9? They're very special. They're not like 7, 8, and 9 are not like any of the other numbers. They're not. They're not. And what I do is I use a balance of French and English to understand this. I will eventually maybe get back to poker, not right now, right? So I'm going to show you how these numbers come about. What is 7 and 9? If you notice, we're going to take a 2-minute break or a 3-minute break because I've been here a couple of hours. If you notice that on the ATM, there's a Q and a Z that are on number 1. If you look at the telephone, the Q, PQRS is going to be on the 7 key, and the W, X, Y, and Z is going to be on the 9 key. 8 is different from all the numbers, and I'll tell you about that when I get back. Number 22 is for Mars, like I mentioned, because it's the ring. 33 is for Earth for more than one reason, and I question myself on this. Even though the entire cube is a 33 void, right? We also have a 5 and 6, 11 that will represent your 1 and 2 creation, born into the E world. This dice cube over here, 3 and 6, 6 and 3, 9 and 9, 4 and 5, 5 and 4, 9 and 9. The 6 and the 3 represent the male organ. The 4 and the 5 represent the female organ. 4 and 5 inside 3 and 6, or does 4 and 5 encompass everybody? So we're going to take a few minute break. I want to be able to look at the, I need to be able to, hold on a second. I'm just going to just disconnect that for a minute. You can come back after. I just need to fix my screen. I need to be able to fix my screen. I'm not happy that I can't see who else is here. Just give me a second to fix my screen. Let me do this. It's a little bit tough on me to do this. How do I put my screen big again on TikTok? I'll bring you back up. I'm trying to fix my screen here. How to make TikTok? No. How to get full screen option on TikTok? Oh, with these commercials. How to make TikTok full screen on no. How to make my iPad TikTok full screen. Bon matin. How do I make my TikTok full screen during a live?
According to TikTok, you know you can make TikTok lives full screen. Just press on the 2 rectangles, and it will turn your screen horizontal, and it'll be full screen.
Just give me a second. I'm trying to fix my screen here. Wow. Wow. Okay, hold on a second. No, that's, I need to, no. Okay, I need to fix my screen before. I need to fix my screen. I need to fix my screen. It's hard to bring anybody up. Okay, so let's do this and this. Okay, maybe we'll do this. It'll be a little bit easier.
You have to search up multi-guest request. That's what it's called.
Where do I see it?
I don't know how to do it, but what you're looking for when you ask Google, say how to turn off multi-guest request.
How to turn off multi-guest request on TikTok. You hear the way I talk? I can't, for some reason, I have a tough time putting two words together to speak a proper English, yet I analyze everything, and everything has a result, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing. If I show you the reverse of this entire cube, everything is absolutely perfect on the cube. Not perfect to me, the math. The math is perfect. And we already know that 6 and 8, what goes in between is 7. So what's the mathematical equation that goes with it? It's 2 times 4 equals 8. 2 plus 4 equals 6, and we create it right there. 2 and 4 creates the cat. 6 creates the hexagon. 8 creates the octagon. The hexagon is within the octagon, and so on and so forth. Four hexagons, one complete octagon. I don't know what that shape is, but it's 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, 4 sides. 1 side, 2 sides, 3. It's 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. 7 times 7 times 7, 343. In rotation in the E world of Earth and Mars. When you're born, right, it starts off as the egg. You bring this together, and you have life. You connect the 2 sides over the whatever you want to call the heart. The heart of Rubik's Cube is the 19th area. The heart of Rubik's Cube is noted to be the 19th area. The 8 corners of Rubik's Cube is 19 and 8 is 27 to give you your 3 cubed of Rubik's Cube. So we can see this. When you bring them together, you're awake. You're standing up. When you separate them the other way, not this way, but bring these 2 down, okay, you're going to go to sleep. Here's your sleeping. Here's your awake. The R and the I. If you want to see your air is here. Here's your A. Here's your R between the 2 heavens. And here's your I that connect the 2. And you take the breath of air. When you connect the M in between, it creates a Star of David over here. See this star over here? 2 different houses. And if you look at the falling line, it creates 44. Just a piece of artwork, you know, that's all it is. But there's 2 primary numbers. Have you ever seen, let me do this over here. Number 1 and number 7. I flip the 7 upside down, put it on the 1, I get a 4. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you this for. I'm wondering, hold on, I'm not even properly, am I properly aligned on the other one, 95 windows? I'm missing some stuff here, odd and even, okay. Just want to see if I can hold this up and do this at the same time. Is that when you take this number 1 here, take the number 1 and continue it. And then continue it here. That ends up to be your 1. Here's your 7. Just let's close it in. Now take these 2 and we'll put them over each other. And then I'll take this one, number 7. And then we end up with that. 7 over 1 equals that. Now I have some questions in here, and I'm going to have to look. I don't know if I can pick them up on my phone or not. Just give me a minute. I just have to see if I can pick this up on my phone. These. Hold on a second, boy. Hello, Olivia. Let me finish with my video. Okay. Your live broadcast room really shocked me. You have a great potential. You ever hear that? Your live broadcast room really shocked me. You have great potential. I'm willing to give you a gift. I can give you a bigger stage. I want to cooperate with you. Are you willing? And they have 1,600 people. So it's like a sales pitch. That's the way I see it. No one's helped me yet except for myself, right? That's the way it works. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out where can I go to my live. Can I see my own live somewhere? No, I can't. I'm having trouble reading the questions. So I need to be able to shrink the screen. I need to shrink the screen. I can't see. I cannot see any of the messages. So I'm going to go back to Google. How do I put my TikTok for 2 or 3 guests only? My screen on a live. Let me see what it says. To limit your TikTok live to 2 or 3 guests on your screen, you can use multi-guest feature to invite guests and manage your layout permissions. Go live and add a title, cover, blah, 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 blah. You can invite, okay, manage layout. During your live, tap guests at the bottom, then tap settings. Okay, so guests, okay. Where's settings? Oh, settings. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh my God, please, please, please. Oh, it disappeared. So let me do that again. Guests, and then settings, okay. Just give me a second. Okay, just give me a second. I don't know why this is not working. Oh God, this is so much better. Okay, I like this. Much better, because before I could not see any of the comments. Okay. Capricorn, happy birthday. So yeah, I was working on that also, right? So yeah, so no, hold on a second. Let me show you this. Okay, let me show you the other thing that goes along with the Mars Earth, right? We were talking about this. Do you think that all the planets go around the sun this way, or they go around the sun in a... Let me show you. They go around the sun. Let's say this is the sun, and they go around the sun. The sun is in the center of everything. It's that plug-in. Vibrating all the way through. 5, right? 1 and 5. 2, 3, 4 is that vibration. 4 times 3 times 2 is 24. 4 plus 3 plus 2 is 9. 9 and 24. 2 and 4 is 6. 9 and 24 is 33. Because it's in rotation, right, of the system. 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5. The face of this cube. It's 36 around. So it shows a Toronto Leaf invite. Okay, I'm going to put somebody else in there. I don't know what happened. I pressed invite and it disappeared.
Now, but it was nice chatting with you.
Okay, take care. Peace.
We'll come in another time.
Very good. Very good.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you can disconnect me
Yeah?
if you want.
I can't disconnect anybody. I don't have the power. You're going to have to speak to the good Lord to disconnect you. I don't know what you're connected up to. You want a full disconnect? Don't put that in the universe. I know if you're breathing, you must be a professional. That's up to you. Okay. Okay. So let me see where we are here. So like I said, let me do a shout out for myself. If you like to help out the channel, PayPal me, Mr. TacPans 7286, or buy me a coffee. That would be good for the whole year and not just during the holiday season. November 30th, let me take a guess. I don't know all the dates off by heart. So 1989. Let me look this up, right? I'm going to look it up. November 30th. So that is that Sagittarius, right? Is that Sagittarius? So that's a 9th sign. That'll also fit with the monkey. Your enemy sign is going to be your enemy sign is going to be Gemini. Apparently, the way I understand it, You're supposed to work good with 4 signs from what you are. So if you're 9, you should do 10, 11. Yeah, you should go good with Aries. I think you go that way. If you go the other way, what is it? The 8, the 7, the 6, the 5, right? So then you're going to go with Leo. The same thing. Is that what it is? I don't have my complete head on right now. So you're also born on a day of communication. It's a communication between the heart of both worlds. I like to call it the A is at the heart of both D worlds, which are the moons of Mars. The reason for that, it's the 30th day, which is 3. It's the 11th month, 1 and 1. It's connecting on the pole. You're born in the 11th month on the pole. Your birth is also, I don't care what anybody says, but the minute it's in the 11th month, you're also joining Aquarius. No matter what anybody tells you, 11th month equals Aquarius. Okay, but the zodiac signs, right, have all moved because the calendar is wrong. So they're talking Aquarius, right, 11th month, but you're Sagittarius, right? Is that correct? Did I do that right? It's not Scorpio. Scorpio is before that. Okay. Wow, 60. The numeric value for sky is 60. It's 4 letters. 48 is the reverse. 60 minus 11 is 49 and 11. So it's a pole. It's a sky pole, right? It's a sky pass and a pole. It's a feminine side. If it was sky with 3 letters, so it's in the mirror world. So everything after Cancer, right? Because it's 4 letters for the sky. We have to look at all the dimensions, right? If it's 4, it's not 5 because 5 and 4 go together. If it's 4, if you're connecting the star, you're going to connect Saturn within the 4 letters of the name, other than the value of the name of 6. December, wow, 3-3, wow, 3-3-6, wow. 3-3-6, the 336th day of the year is the ending of the 12th moon. Full communication. It's at the gateway of 8. We go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're 5, right? When you get the 6, 7, 6, the 6 and 6, they come together like this. They come together, right? They come together like this, and the 8 goes over the 6 and connects to the 7. When using this paper, let me show you. These are the odd numbers, 5, 7, 5, 17. 17 by 351, right? You connect these two to connect 5 with 7 and 5 with 7. 57, 75. 6 and 6 connect. Root 66. What you put on top of that is number 8. 8 connects over to 7 through 66. Where the 5 is, you put the 9 because 5 goes with 9. Nothing to do with me. It's these magical cubes. If you have 9 on one side, you have 2 and 3 on the other side. That's your communication center between after the death, right? You remember we just had 3 and 2 before the Christ, after the death. We connect the A with the BC. We connect the D with the BC. They're showing you communication. AD, 1 and 4. Opposite, 6 and 3. 5, opposite, and 9. 6 and 3, male, opposite of 9. 5 and 4, female, opposite of 9. Love is a special word. Love is a special word. Both 9s, okay? This is going to be 5, 4, 4, 5, and the 6 and 3 is going to be 6, 3, 3, 6. LOVE 3, 6, 4, 5. 1 and 2 doesn't go with it. 1 and 2 goes with 7 and 8. It's not inside the cube. It's outside. It's what helps connect. Let me see what else we have here. It's called Merck Guess Request. 2 plus 4, 2 times. So I'm just trying to see what else we got with the questions. Okay, so it's getting late. It's time for bed. I want to thank everybody for the likes. We got up to 8,000. I'm not sure how it helps, but what will help is if you can help out the channel. You want to join me, ask me some questions right now before I go. I'm just trying to think what else I can say. I'm not going to give a tour of the house right now. I can just show you that. We didn't talk about the bricks, right? We didn't talk about the bricks. And we also didn't talk about, did you see there was an ad today in the paper, right? I want to show you the ad in the paper. There was an ad in the paper that showed this. See the 888? Hold on a second. Okay. Tesla's hotel. You think that's not a code, or it's a Tesla's hotel? You know, like, so this is mattress. This is a bed. It's mattress. AM is for the soul that's not in the E world, the spirit and the soul before it comes into the E world. It's number 19. 3 by 19 equals to 57. It also is going to be related to DNA. Remember, on day 6, it was land and animal. And. When you say the word and in French, just 1 second. I want to see where I wrote this. Okay, I'm going to have to write it out again because I don't remember where it is. So let me do this. It was land, animal, and man. When you write the, let me just fix my camera up top, okay? When you write out DNA, totals 19, 18 and 1, 19. 18 runs around the cube, runs around the heart of Rubik's Cube, 6, 6, and 6. Plus 1 equals 19. 19 is going to connect the lower system, 1 through 8. And the 9 will create the higher system, 2 and 9, right? This is the lower system, this is the higher system. It's 1 through 8 or 2 through 9. Do you remember what we spoke about? It's 1 through 8. When you have a total of 9 equals to 45, it's 1 through 8 equaling to 36, or it's 2 through 9 equaling to 44, right? The 36, the Hanukkah candles, 8 days. Every day you light a candle equals 36. You light the shamas, you have 44. You create the house and the division in the house with the birth in the heavens through the 2 moons of Mars and the singular moon of the heavens of earth, our birth. 1925. Your ET is French for the word and, and. It's the 5th and the 20th letter. The reverse of ET is VG. 47 for beast. 74 for Jesus. 74 for energy. 47 for time. 52 is for earth. ET. When you put them together, it'll do this. "5G TV 420 at the divided gate." 5G is 5775. DNA Jack's DNA. I can show you the RH that comes into this DNA. We're not going to do it now. 12 becomes 3 and 3. One is in French, one is in English. I mix up my French with my English. I think we're going to end it now. There was 3 or 4 pieces I did not do, but I think I would be a pig if I would stay here long enough. And just to know, talking about pigs, thank godness or goodness for the pig, because without the pig, our hearts would not be beating. According to my analytics of all my work I've done so far, without the pig, okay, we cannot connect to the what do you call it? To the polars. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, meaning our movement is by threes. The pig pregnancy is 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. I said we're going to speak about 7 and 9, so let me finish with 7 and 9. I mentioned 7 and 9. Does anybody know what the ATM is? Has anybody been to an ATM? Yes? No? If you've been to an ATM, I think I'm like spilling all my beans in one night, right? So if you want to see more about the ATM, you're going to have to join me tomorrow. If you want to know about 7 and 9, join me tomorrow. I'll let you know, right? If you can help out this channel, or if you can help me out, support the channel, share the channel, that would be amazing. Just share it. And what is the goal at the end here? The transparency, what I speak about, okay, is everything that exists on this planet. We were brought here. We live in the house of the Creator. Therefore, the air we breathe, or the energy, or whatever you want to call it, okay, is recorded. You're in the womb of creation. Either in the sun energy, or is it the moon, or is it within both that because you cannot see something. If I show you this, what is it? If I show you this, what is it? I'm showing them. If I show you this, what is it? You don't know. You don't know until I move it away. Perhaps we've never been to the moon, or man has always been on the moon. I'm quite sure if you had to ask a question if we've ever been on the moon, the answer was, have we ever been in the moon? I don't know. The 9 and the 0 on your keyboard. The 9 and the 0 on the keyboard. Just want to lower my other camera. The 9 and the 0 on the keyboard show we connect up both sides to the same pole. We're connected. Doesn't matter what we do. It's like we take it here and we serve it at the bottom, and then we keep it up. We have to bring it all the way up to the top, all the way back to keep it flat, and do that double turn, and I've never done anything. Have you ever tried this? You put your hand up. Look at my hand. It's going to be pointed up. I bring my hand up. I put my hand down. I move my hand over. I pick my hand up. I move my hand down. Look at that. My hand is down. I move my hand over. I started this way. I went up. I went down. I went this way. I went this way. I went this way. I went that way. And it just happens the way it is. Where was I with this next move? What was I talking about? I talked so much. I forgot. I said we're going to do 7 and 9 next time. Yeah, we're going to just end it right here. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Very tired, and Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Number 61, 61 for church. It's also for spirit when you flip 61 upside down. We're also going to get number 49, which is going to represent this finger over here, the marriage between the pole and the ring, right? I took the ring and I put it on the pole. Perhaps that pole is Mars, the fourth finger, the ninth marriage. The reason I say that 61 is 91 is 49 is that every single number, right? Our major numbers that we work with is 7, 4, and 1. Our base creation is 1 between 2. Then we mirror it into 6, and then our birth comes in. We divide between the two worlds, right? We create a third world. It's ourself joining the two, our life. 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days, and the 1 month of the Valentine month. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 by 7 is 21. 2 and 1 is 3. It's 1 and it's 21. The beginning and the end is right over here. When you count in English or in French, you are going to say 1. Maybe somebody will say, hey, you won the gold. Again, 1. 1 stands between 2, because when you win the gold, you stand between the silver and the bronze. I just completely lost when you say 1, I'm just trying to figure out where I was. You're between, yes, the 1. 1 is first, right? 2 is second. 3 is third, right? ST first, ND second, STND, stand. I stand on 17. I stand on 17. 1 goes with 8, okay? And 7 goes with 2. 1 goes with 8, 7 goes with 2. It's 21st. The first time we're going to say ST and ST, like the two ends of the shoelace turn around, it's first and it's 21st. At 22, you bust out, you end up on the rings of Saturn. Around once, 12 years, around twice, around 3 times. Call it 36. 36, and you repeat the next zodiac sign. I'm going to have to explain that one day, right? 36, then you go to 48, right? But when you go to 48, you must turn the cube. We have three rows, 3, 6, 9. All the way around, there's 36. So what happens is when you say 21 in French, right, it's going to be the first time you are going to say DNA. It's the first time you're going to say 5G TV. Why are you going to say this? Because in French, you are going to say 21. You're going to say A1. When you say A1 ET, it's number 25. 25 is for Earth. 25 is the system connect. When you pass through this E-world using multiple stars, and you go through here using 2 of them, just 2 of them, let's say the X or the plus or whichever one of the 2 combinations that they'll pass through the 5, right? That'll be 10. When I cross through 3 of them, that'll be 15. 15 and 10 is 25, the letter Y. Also to note that your crisscrossing this way of all the odd numbers is 25. If you put it on the cross, that's 25. The total is 50, but the total is actually 45. But you get 50 because we crossed through the 5 twice. That means this is 10. We're in the 10-star system. So that's what goes on between 1 and 21st. Now, what's funny in French is that when you say 10, you're going to say 10, 4, 3, 4. You're going to say 10, 12 times in French. When you get into the 70s and you get into the 90s, you remember I said we're going to do that? And number 8 is special. Number 8 is very special. Why is 8 special? When you say eighth, you only add the H. When you say 18, you only add the EEN. Guys, we're going to have to end this. I'm running low on battery. Speak to everybody tomorrow. Join me in another live. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing it from here. I got to watch the dogs tomorrow. The hunt. I have a lot more to share. I didn't do the zodiac signs like I wanted to do. Let me just plug this in for 1 minute. Hold on a second. Where's this wire? Let me just plug this in for 1 minute to see if I can get 5 more minutes out of this. Hold on a second. I just want to see if I can get 5 more minutes out of this. You tap the screen. Let's get to 10,000. Right? You know, Gigi, there's Gigi33 out there. If you know him, anybody who's watching this, go give Gigi33 a shout out. Tell him I sent you over. Tell him I want to discuss numbers, even though I don't feel I'm ready. Zodiac signs, there's something I did tonight. I've not finished it. Right? When the rat is in this year of the rat, 2020, 2032, 2035, 2021, it'll be a 5. 2033, it'll be an 8. 2045, it's going to be a 2. What is this? I'm gonna study this a little bit more. When you get to the 48th year, the rat will be number 4. What that means is the rat is 2020, 2 and 2 are 4. Let me do another one. Let me do the goat instead. Now we're in the snake. Now we're going into the snake year. Okay, it's number 9 this year. In 2037, it's going to be the snake year. 2, 3, and 7. 2 and 3 is 5, and 7 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. In 2049, 2 and 4 is 6, and 9 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. They rotate. They rotate. So we have to understand how the rotation is. Some parts on this planet in the Gregorian calendar, we're rotating on 4. This is all rotating, okay? The 4th one brings you back to the beginning, right? In numbers, right? In numbers, it only rotates on 3. I go from here to here is 1, to here is 2, over to the next one, I rotate in 1. Again, 1, 4, 7, 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. But when you get to 10, that's not your complete rotation. All you did is you did this. Now when you do another 10, you do this. And then you do another 10, and you do this. The roulette table shows you that the 1, the 19, and the 37, all odd numbers that create 10 will remain red. All even numbers that create 10 will be black. It's the only number that does it. It rotates. And for myself and my better understanding is because we're shifting from one side to the other side. One side to the other side. We're using 9 zodiac signs. 3 are going to be outside that game. Or it's going to be shifting. There's 3 that are always going to be shifting. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Remind me to talk about the bricks on the wall. Leave those kids alone, teachers. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. My heart goes out to everybody. Once we learn that the Creator has left us the transparency and it's all over the place, then we will know that the Lord is with us, and we will take 90 days out of our life, yes, 90 days out of our life, or 92 days out of our life, to do the right thing, possibly just stay home. No matter what the suffering is, it'll be the last 92 days of suffering. Think about what I'm saying and why I'm saying it, and I'm going to leave it alone for now. 7733, that's Christmas. 7733, that's Christmas. It's also 5611. Thank you for watching this video. Share, please share. So we're done here on Tiki Talkie, and now I'm going to end it on YouTube. Thank you, everybody who's been here. Thank you, sounds good, Mr. Cherry or Mrs. Cherry. Why did you say something was up with TikTok? Because I'm done right now, so let me know before I end this. Wow, I had 2K diamonds. And I have no idea what that is. I had 1,000 views and 6 gifters. And anyways, highlights, I don't remember. I got to go to bed. I'm done. Mr. Cherry or Mrs. Cherry or Art Cherry or I don't know. I got to go to bed. So if you got something to say, somebody on YouTube, you want to ask me something, go ahead. I got to wash my face. Next time I'm going to paint this a little bit better. 7286, the divided gate of the house of bait. Thank you for watching, and praise the angels who have made deliverance unto me and to all of you. It is coming. It is all coming. Know it is coming, that everything you think is going into the system right now. Don't think you don't count. We all count. You can be right at home right now. You are all the Count Draculas. By making choices right now in the seat, in the bed, wherever you are, not having anybody there. Close your eyes, see the images within inside of you. We all beat the same heartbeat to the same frequency. Let us say this day today is this day today. It was the 30th. It is now the 31st. It is a 3-4-3-4-8. I'm okay. The end. Thank you. Sorry. I'm out. Done.